Hi guys, how are you? So I am recording to you today live from the FMA studios. Alright, so what we're going to work on is a Kihon drill. Now I've taken a couple of components from a really high kata called Unsu. Okay, it's a kata that I really like to do, and I know it's a very high scoring kata. There's a couple of really good movements in there that I want to utilize to work on your footwork, the use of your hips, and the timing of your hands and your feet. Okay, so what we're going to do is there's going to be 3 different ways that we're going to do the drill. Okay, and they're going to step up in terms of level of difficulty. So we'll start off nice and basic and easy, and then we'll add a little bit more components. And then you can just go to whatever level that you would like to work to. Okay, so for a start, the basic movement, okay, is just gidan barai. Okay, so for a start, we're going to go to our left. Okay, we're always going to be tracking to our left. Okay, so for a start, drop your weight, left. Now notice that I wound up with my arms first, and then I move my foot so that my hand and my feet are in time. Now I go from my left. Now from my left, I'm going to bring my right foot across, and I'm going to block behind my body. So I'm going to wind up first, and then I'm going to block so that my hands and my feet move together. So I go behind me, and now, like I did in the beginning, I'm going to go left. So I'm going to wind up. Okay, and now I'm going to go behind. So right now, I'm halfway. Left, behind. Left, behind. And now I'm back to the start. Okay, this is where I would start to go to my left again. Notice that I'm winding up with my hands first, and then my feet move. Left, bring my right foot across, behind. Step with my left, step behind. Left, and then behind. Okay, left, and then behind. Now that's a full circle, so we've gone all the way around. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to add a little movement that's also in the kata, where you change from one direction to the next. So the movement just simply is from get under right here like this. Okay, I'm going to change my stance, and I'm going to block behind me this way. I'm using my hips to create the power in my movement. So I'm using my hips to change my stance to the other side. Okay, so this is how we're going to put it into the movement. All right, so for a start, we go left. Okay, and then from here we go 1, and then 2. We go back. All right, and then behind, and then left, and then behind, and then left. Oops, sorry, did I go left? No. Go behind. Okay, so basically we're just putting that little movement in. So if I do it the whole way around, it should look like this. Okay, got it? So it takes a little bit of brain power, and as you notice, I kind of stuffed it up a little bit. But basically, it's about your hip movement and timing your hands together, okay? Take your time, you don't have to rush through it. All right, next level. So we've done just the block, and then we've included transitioning our hips to a different direction with our stance. Now, all we're going to do is add a gyakuzuki, okay? So an extra technique, all right? So I'm going to go 1, And then I'm going to change my stance in my direction. 2, 3, and then from here, using my hips to throw the punch, okay? Now from here, I've got a block behind me. And that's the whole drill in the entirety. So first the get under eye, then the change of direction using your hips, and then adding your gyakuzuki. Key points to remember. Key points to remember are that you're going to wind up before you move, so that your hands and feet finish at the same time. Often, a lot of the time, people will wind up as they move, and so then that creates a time difference from when their feet hit the ground to when their hands. So if I do that, it looks like 1, 2, rather than wind up first, hand and feet go at the same time. First key point. Second key point is the use of your hips, okay, to transition from one to another. So you shouldn't really be using your arms and your shoulders all that much. Should be no weight or effort in your arms and shoulders. Think about your hip movement propelling your body. So from here, like this, thinking about my hips, using my hips. You're wearing your gi, you got your belt on, you should see it flick. Okay? The third component, or the third key point, is making sure that you're getting enough width with your stance. Okay, so you're correct in where you put your foot, where you put your feet. So your foot placement is important. So just when I step to my left, I'm going to step wide enough, okay, so that my feet are in this position. Now, when I move to this direction, my feet are obviously going to be wide, the right distance for my stance in another direction, but making sure you step wide enough. And when you step around behind you, so this is to the left, now when I go around behind me, winding up first, this foot has to go all the way across. So it has to be wide enough. You have to shift your foot all the way over. Okay? Now once you've done it one way, you've got to go back the other way. Okay? So if you've got it down, good use of the hips, good width of your stance, good timing of your hands and feet, then you need to be able to go to your right. Okay? So first is this way, okay? And then behind. So it's always left, and then behind is the basic pattern until I get back to the start. Now, what you're going to do is go to your right first. So from here, we go, okay, and then behind. Use this hand to block. Okay, and then to my right. And then behind. Okay, so I hope that little drill will serve you well. Think about those 3 points that I spoke about. As you can see, like I'm sweating already and like getting a good little workout out of it because the use of my hips and my body is making me work hard. So think about your core and your center. It's a great little drill because I don't really need that much room, okay? So if you're at home in your living room, out the backyard, you've only got a small space, you only need a small space. Okay. If you need any questions answered, please put your comments comments in the comment section below, and I'll get back to you. I can even send you videos, or if you want to send a video of yourself doing the movement for a little bit of critique, by all means, be my guest and send me a video. All right, guys. Us.